So, the next video I want to watch is Steven Seagal, the CUMTOWN animation. Well, animated. So, a lot of guys had told me to react to this one a lot. So we are going to watch it. So, without further ado, transition and gets right into it. Here we go.
What's wrong with you, man? You're slipping. But you can't check your six.
The other one we watched the other night, A Good Man.
That's barely a title.
It's all 3 words, too. Yeah.
A Good Man, yeah. Where he plays...
Does he play the good man?
Yeah, he's the good man. Of
course.
And so, basically, the plot is this. He's like... some kind of ex-special... It's always ex-special forces.
Right.
And he's living in Bucharest. And he just has an apartment, and he's been tracking this weapons dealer that got away when he murdered all these people that killed his partner. They have a flashback scene in the beginning where you see him sneaking into some building, just fatly going around corners, while his special ops partner, who looks like a fucking homeless person. This guy's like, again, 57, 60 years old, emaciated, shitty, like fucking, like Civil War general, like
Fu Manchu type shit.
Yeah, that kind of shit, like McClellan. That's what he looks like. And he's like, we got to get into you got 2 tangos on your left. This homeless guy in the woods on Overwatch, and Steven Seagal. And then like a thing blows up and some girl dies, and so he's upset. So he wants to go find this weapons dealer who's a Chinese guy. And he's in Bucharest, and he's like killing these Russian gangs.
It's funny because like that kind of sounds like the one episode in Rick and Morty. It was when Rick had turned himself into like a pickle, and the guy that he was fighting. Well, no, because the guy that he was fighting, he had a daughter. Then like they had captured him, and then said like, we want you to kill this pickle, and for you to actually go do that, we can actually give you your freedom and your daughter. So it kind of sounds similar to like that. It's like a Rambo type esque sort of character though, for it, but it does sound funny though. I ain't gonna hold you.
And his calling card when he kills them is he leaves some incense on the ground and then just scribbles some bullshit in Chinese. And so his neighbor, who's this woman who's like having trouble getting into her apartment one day and has like a young girl with her, he's like, need a little help, and then he just breaks into her apartment for her or whatever. And then they're in there, and he's like, your kid's nice or whatever. And she's like, yes, I love my sister. And then you see, like, that's supposed to be, like, let you know, like, yeah, her pussy isn't ruined. That's her sister. That's not her daughter. And then Seagal's like, your sister, huh? And he's like,
they make you wouldn't have fucked her before.
Yeah. That's what the implication is. The arms dealer is doing a deal with the Russian mob, who he's not really interested in, but the Russian mob owns the neighbor and the sister because her dad owed them money. So when the dad died, she had to become a bartender in their strip club, not a stripper,
not a whore, not a prostitute.
They just make her be a bartender.
She's pure.
But then she still has a really nice apartment, And
the Russian mafia sounds pretty reasonable,
right?
Dude.
Yeah. So the Russian mafia loses all their money or something, and they owe money to the arms dealer. So instead of giving him the money, they're like, "We will give you the girl instead."
So she's their slave?
Their slave, basically. But the arms dealer, like, I don't know why he would want a girl. He's like, no, it's $2 million. I don't want just some fucking middle-aged Romanian woman, And then he's like, deal. And then they bring the little girl instead of, like, the main one. And he's like, well, I guess I can sell her to a pedophile. So he lines up a sale with a pedophile. And then the pedophile shows up.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then
there's 3 human transactions in this movie.
Yeah. And then Seagal shows up with this other guy. He does this thing now where he brings a younger martial artist in, and they do the majority of the ass kicking. Then, so Seagal does barely nothing. Seagal meets the younger guy, and he's like, all right, I'll help you, but you got to do everything my way. And then the guy does everything for himself. Seagal does literally nothing. They save the guy, or they save the girl, and then at the end of the movie, the neighbor is just like, basically like, well, I can't thank you enough, and then he just fucks her.
What?
He just fucks the woman, even though there's been no romantic connection between the two. He's
That's
older
so
than her
weird.
by 40 years. The fucking scene is him fully clothed while she's naked and he's just touching her body.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's still wearing his sunglasses.
That can't be the.
God damn,
And that's
so
Steven
awesome.
Seagal's definition of a good man.
That sounds stupid. Like it sounds like a really bad movie. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like and then pretend that was like. No, that's weird. That's weird. But all right, whatever.